Hello everyone, welcome back to my craft space. Today, as you can see, I have two awesome master boards. These are an 8x8 size that I have matted and collaged on cardstock. I didn't really mat them, I collaged them on this cardstock, so they are matted on cardstock, but just crafted them right on to the cardstock base, which is a great point to point out when I make my master boards. I like to put them on whatever is the medium I'm going to hopefully utilize them for. So in this case, I know I'm going to want to cut these down into some tags and some journaling cards. So I used a cardstock that would make them sturdy so that I could do that. And also that was a pattern that would go with my project. So just a couple of things to think about before you start making your own master boards. I made these after working on a junk journal, and so I had all kinds of scraps and little bits and pieces. That was the perfect time to try to find some of my desk underneath all of those scraps. And I really love how they turned out. You can see I utilized most of the same stuff, but they turned out very different. So you can see I've got this piece here that's the same. This actually is an embossing folder, so there's some texture there, and embossing folder here with the same texture over here, but it's in a different position. It looks very different. Got the same bee stamps going on. This is a stamp too with this butterfly, and I've got it a little bit of here and there. Some of this is a napkin that I just decoupaged on there, and that's right here. And then this is a scrap from one of the papers of the beautiful Sweet Like Honey collection from RachandBella Crafts, and that piece is up here as well. And you can see just some various other pieces that I had from scraps of working with that beautiful collection. To make my bee journal that I will be showing you guys soon, I want to get this video done so I have ephemera from this to put in the journal, and then we can do a flip through. So this is what we're going to do. I think the 8x8 is a perfect size because if we cut this in half, we then have 4x4 pieces. Then with those 4x4 pieces, you can either cut them in twos and have some either like photo frames, photo mats, or journaling cards, or you can cut it in to make like little 2x2 strips, or 2.5. What is that? 2.5, 2.5. I think that's what I was going to do. I was going to do 2.5, 2.5, and 3, and then we'll see how that turns out. So I'm going to cut them in half, and then cut those halves by 2.5, 2.5, and 3, and we'll see how that goes. So let's get cutting. Okay, so I did cut one already, and the first step is to cut it in half. So it will be a 4x4 piece like this. I'll put it here somewhere, and then we're gonna do this together. So here's my trimmer. Again, this is an 8x8 start size, and we are going to trim it down to 4x8 is what it will be initially. And if you don't like cutting the pictures or seeing where it cuts, just flip it over and cut it apart. All right, so here we will have two, if my cutter will let go of it, two 4x8 pieces. Jeez Louise. And it might be difficult to cut because it is collaged on this cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and cut apart back here one more time just to make sure these pieces come apart. That should do it. There we go. So there we have two 4x8 pieces. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut each half into 3 pieces. So the first cut will be 3 like this, and we'll do that together. So I want one that's 3 inches. I'll do that one first. So we're gonna do 3 here, and it'll cut just right like that. 3, and there's our one little piece. Then we're gonna go ahead and cut this one into 2.5. and that will leave both of these pieces by 2.5. Okay, and so what I did with the other one is I used, so this side was the 3-inch side, so I'm going to do this side, the 3-inch side this time, just for some variety. If you have an area of your collage that you want to be a little bigger, or you want to preserve more of that picture, do that side as your 3-inch side. And then these two pieces again will be the 2.5 by the 2.5 pieces. Just like so. All right, so there's our whole masterboard all cut apart. The other one looks like this. And then now what you can do with these pieces is make some tags for your journal. And the other one, I went ahead already and cut apart. This is the journaling card. That's the 3-inch piece. And then the other ones, I went ahead and cut apart using my die cutter and some die cuts, and I made tags out of them. How pretty are these? I absolutely love it. And then with these, you can go ahead and go a step further. You can put eyelets in them. You can put ribbons in them. You can add all kinds of things to zhuzh them up, as some people say. And I was thinking, on this one here, I cut some extra die cuts. I'm gonna go ahead and ink this up just a little bit and give it a different look. Let's see, let's use some frayed burlap. So this is Distress Oxide ink, frayed burlap. It's kind of a light gray brown. And just get some on there. We'll go ahead and just make this a little bit darker than the tag itself. You can use any color of ink or sprays. You can even stamp on this. Put some scripted font or something fun. And then it will just sit over just like so and make some more interest to your tags. Trying to see if there's something else I want to put in here from the kit. I've got all kinds of really great pieces still left to work with in my paper here. I think I might just tear out this bee and put it in the corner there. And this is the Sweet Like Honey kit from RachandBella Crafts that I used to make this collage master board. And then now we are cutting it apart. And I know some people freak out. They're like, oh wow, you made all this time to do this collage and now you're gonna cut it apart. But look at how beautiful these tags are. Absolutely loving them. Okay, so let's tear this down just a little bit smaller. Right along this little bee. Now you could cut this if you're good at fussy cutting. I kind of like the torn look. And we'll go ahead and give this little bee some ink here just so those white parts of the paper are covered up from tearing. And we'll see how he fits in just right there. Yeah, I think that's beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and glue that down once I figure out what I've done with my glue. There it is. And I am just using some Scotch quick dry glue. Go ahead and put this tag here. Now these tags I am making to put inside my bee journal, and I'm going to be doing a flip through of the whole journal here shortly. So hopefully I'll get these tags all snazzed up and put into the journal. I think this is the last pieces of what I have to put in them. Now to glue these, you can use like a Xyron or just a glue stick, or just go along like this. Sometimes I will put the glue kind of heavy in one spot and then use my finger and just kind of rub it around. And This glue is quick dry glue, so it won't take long before it is dried on there, so you don't have much time to move it all around. And that's fine. We'll just go ahead and put it kind of at the sideways angle here, and then we'll be able to see what other pieces need to be glued down here. Scoop up some of that glue, put it in there, and glue it down. And then we'll just trim off the sides. You can leave it hang over if you want to. I'm just going to go ahead and trim some of it down. And I think this is a really beautiful way to do tags. Definitely makes it very personalized or customized, because when you start off with collage, you know, it's very hard to replicate someone else's collage or duplicate it. And these master boards really give you a huge benefit to do the collage, because you might not think to put all of these pieces on this one little tag, and yet it looks so beautiful. Absolutely love it. Okay, I'll just put a little more glue in here. This one piece is being a little tricky there. Now I use some Sizzix die cuts to cut these tags out. You can use a tag punch, you can use a tag template, you can cut them by hand, you can tear them, you can do whatever you would like to do to make your tags. And then on this one, I'll probably just put a little piece of ribbon through here and call that one done. Now these ones I absolutely love, and I think all I'm gonna do to these ones is maybe put an eyelet in there. So let's use our crocodile and see what we can do. I think I'm going to go ahead and do some yellow, and I'd like to do one in this little baby tag, and I think my crocodile is set for the smaller eyelets, so we'll go ahead and do that one now. Do that one first. I'll go ahead and put, I don't know if I like the yellow one. There we go. We'll put a little yellow one in there. So our crocodile is set for the smaller ones, and we'll go ahead and put these, or the 1/8 inch ones, whatever you prefer to call them. Put that guy right in the eyelet and smash it. All good to go there. And I love that look. I absolutely love it. And then we'll go ahead and change the setting for our bigger eyelets. Now, if you don't know the settings for your crocodile, I believe it's A1 and C3. I did do the Tool Talk Tuesday on Facebook Live regarding those settings, so definitely check that out on a replay if you haven't already. So there we go, got a perfect eyelet setting there. And I absolutely loved how these turned out. Now this one I'm going to use as a journaling card, so I may just put a tab or something on it, maybe a little sentiment. This is the way up. So I think this one looks really cute. It's got a lot of interest because of that collaging, and then on the back it's just my cardstock, so I'll be able to slip that right into a pocket. Like I said, maybe put a little tab or something here. It's got some stitching. I just had some pieces of stuff there. We could add these little guys, little leftover honeycombs into the side if we wanted to, but I think it already has enough interest there. Like I said, I might just add a sentiment and a tab and call that one good. So from each one, I was able to get each 8x8 piece. I was able to get all of these pieces here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of ephemera, because I have this one as well. So, you know, that might vary by the size of the tags that you cut or by the style that you might like. So I encourage you all to do some collaging. I really find it relaxing. I love it, and it's a great way to use up your scraps and pieces and make some very customized ephemera that really matches your project. So definitely give me some comments down below if you've made any of these. Tag me on Instagram. I would absolutely love to see your work and see the things that you're making. Let me know in the comments if you love collage and love making these masterboards and turning them into great ephemera. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and definitely watch for more collaging videos, more masterboards. I'll be doing some more of that kind of thing. So have a good night, you guys. Take care, and stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.